Caffeine is a very important molecule consumed primarily in coffee, tea, and energy drinks.
Being a busy student juggling university work, a part-time job, and exercise, caffeine plays an important role in my daily routine. This is why I consider it important to me and I've chosen to talk to you about it today. While sitting drinking my morning coffee, I've always wondered the chemistry behind how it works. Well, an average-sized cup of coffee can contain up to 200 milligrams of caffeine. So it's not surprising that the structure of caffeine plays a major role in providing that morning pick-me-up. Caffeine is made up of carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen. Its percentage composition of these four elements is 49.4% carbon, 5.19% hydrogen, 16.4% oxygen, and 28.85% nitrogen.
Caffeine's chemical formula is C8H10N4O2 and is structured as shown. In this model, the white spheres represent a hydrogen atom, the red an oxygen, the blue a nitrogen, and the black a carbon. Its structure consists of two carbon-nitrogen rings with methyl and oxygen groups acting as substituents. It includes both single and double covalent bonds. For example, double bonds between carbon and oxygen to form carbonyl groups, and single bonds connecting the methyl groups to the double ring. Caffeine is a polar molecule consisting of both polar and nonpolar parts, and is because of this that it can readily dissolve in water. It includes bent, tetrahedral, and pyramidal shapes.
When looking at the chemical structure of caffeine and neuromodulator adenosine, it can be seen they share a very similar double ring structure. This underpins how and why caffeine works to stimulate brain cells and generate extra energy within the body when consumed. First, let's take a closer look at how adenosine affects the brain.
Without the presence of caffeine, adenosine binds to receptors in order to slow down nerve cell activity. It achieves this through its hypnotic, sleep-inducing, and mood-depressing properties, which induces low blood pressure and slowed heartbeat. This slows the brain's signaling functions, leading to the sensation of fatigue and drowsiness. Caffeine's function and stimulating capabilities is underpinned by its chemical structure. Its structural resemblance to adenosine, as discussed earlier, makes the two virtually indistinguishable to a nerve cell. This causes the caffeine molecule to act as a competitive antagonist to adenosine, potentially binding to receptors, typically occupied by adenosine. This can lead to the prevention of adenosine binding to receptors, limiting its function of slowing down nerve cells.
With caffeine now bound to the cells, they respond by rapidly firing neurons. The pituitary gland senses rapid fire and assumes the body is in a state of emergency. This stimulates the release of adrenaline, leading to increased blood flow to muscles, blood pressure, and heart rate, which are all common experiences after drinking a caffeinated drink.
Caffeine is such a well-known and heavily consumed molecule worldwide. I hope you understand how integral caffeine's structure is in providing the extra shot of energy that so many of us rely on every morning. Thanks for listening.